Alright guys, welcome back. Today we're going to wind up putting a flywheel on, the clutch cup, the fan that circulates the air across our cooling fins. We're going to wind up tightening our flywheel bolt down with our impact gun and putting our ignition coil on. Alright, let's get busy. So first thing is we got to figure out what side this goes on. Well, this is a tapered hole. It fits on this tapered part of the shaft, and it's got a key on it. Now, I've run onto lawnmowers, like that blade is spinning, and you hit like a big object, like in the ground, like a root by a tree, and then your motor doesn't work anymore. What happens is it shears this key and moves it, that it throws ignition off at the wrong time. I actually think I have a lawnmower outside that might have this problem. Some guy was throwing it away. I got to figure out what's wrong with it. But I've run across a lot of them don't run because that keyway gets sheared, especially on lawnmowers. So I line up that part right there, which is called a keyway, onto the key, and it fits into its spot. Now the next thing I got to do is line up my fan. See how it's got a little dugout that fits over that little area. There are also little tiny dimples there that are going to go in these holes. Alright, now I got that in place. Now there's a dimple right there on that clutch cup that's got to go in that hole. This is a mistake I see kids make all the time. They don't put that in the right spot. It winds up bending the cup. I take my nut, get it started. It's not a start for me today. Alright, there we go. So I'm going to spin it in. Now I usually have people torque wrench them in. I'm not going to do that today. So now I got that tight. Make sure she spins. She spins. So the next thing I got to do is put my coil on. Now right here is a magnet on the coil. It's part of the ignition system. I don't want to put my coil on there. I want to be kind of away that I have a nice flat piece of metal. Definitely would not want to put it there either. So I want to put it in a spot where the flywheel's high. And I want to use a piece of paper as a spacer so I get the right ignition gap. So I got to find my coil now. Here. Now this coil, when we put it on, I know that this wire's got to be facing downward. Alright, not facing like this. So I'm going to wind up putting it on like this. Got to find my thing that says coil on it. From my two bolts. See, these holes are slotted. This thing could be spaced really far away, or it could be really close that it's actually touching it. So the coils are adjustable. I once found a motor or a lawnmower that wasn't working, and all it was wrong with it, for some reason the ignition coil was like not as strong as it used to be, and I wound up getting it closer to the flywheel, and it started right up. Alright, so these are 8mm bolts. So I got to find my little 8mm socket. So right here. Oh, I'm not prepared for you guys. I don't see my ratchet. All I see is my torque wrench. Hey, look. Nope, I'm going to have to go dig in my toolbox real quick. Alright, ratchet. So when I go to tighten this up, I'm going to be putting pressure with my thumb that this has got contact to that piece of paper. I'm just going to get them to the point. I don't want to put too much torque on them that they strip out. So once I feel that it's snug, I'm just going to go say that's 12, turn it to 1. So this is the clock. Pretend that's 12, and turn it enough that it would be to 1 o'clock. I'll wiggle my piece of paper out. I'm going to turn this so I make sure that it doesn't hit anywhere. And it doesn't, so we should have a good gap. This thing should make spark. Alright guys, until the next video.